Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtain ideas for a cozy, timeless vintage look. Hi there, I'm Emma, and I'm so glad you're here with me on the Decor YouTube channel. For those of you who love the cozy, nostalgic vibes of vintage design, today's topic is perfect for you. I'm all about creating spaces that feel warm, inviting, and timeless. And today, I'm going to dive into something truly special: Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtain ideas. Whether you're someone who's new to interior decorating or you're a seasoned pro, this charming design trend can infuse your home with character and comfort. There's something inherently magical about blending the past with the present, and when you incorporate grandmillennial elements into your kitchen, it brings a sense of timeless beauty and cozy nostalgia that's hard to beat. Grandmillennial style, often described as a younger generation's nod to their grandparents' homes, is all about reimagining traditional elements in fresh and modern ways. It takes the essence of vintage design, floral prints, frills, ruffles, and heirloom quality pieces, and gives them a contemporary twist. When we talk about Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtains, we're looking at how these design elements come together to create a space that feels both nostalgic and effortlessly chic. The key to achieving the look is balance. A little vintage here, a little modern there, and lots of cozy details to make the space feel truly inviting. For a kitchen that embraces this style, curtains play an integral role, not just in providing privacy, but in setting the mood of the entire room. Imagine stepping into a kitchen where soft, pastel floral prints hang delicately from the windows. There's something about the nostalgia of floral fabric that immediately evokes a sense of calm and comfort. These prints are quintessential Grand Millennial, often found in vintage linens passed down through generations. To modernize the look, choose fabrics in lighter tones like soft pinks, muted blues, or gentle yellows. This will create a soothing atmosphere while still paying homage to the past. Pair the florals with ruffled edges or scalloped hems, which add a delicate touch without overwhelming the space. You might think floral curtains are old-fashioned, but when used in a thoughtful way, they bring a sense of charm and personality that can make even the busiest kitchen feel peaceful and timeless. Now let's talk about texture. Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtains often incorporate natural, tactile fabrics that add depth and warmth to the space. Linen is a fantastic material for this style, light and breezy, yet substantial enough to create an air of elegance. Linen curtains, especially in soft neutrals or pale earth tones, provide a natural breezy look that perfectly complements the vintage charm of a Grandmillennial kitchen. The lightness of the fabric allows natural light to filter through while still offering a level of privacy. To enhance the cottage feel, choose curtains with subtle patterns like small checks or gingham prints. These patterns add a layer of visual interest without being too bold or overpowering, which is key in a Grandmillennial-inspired kitchen. Another lovely option for Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtains is using lace or crochet trims. Lace has an undeniably vintage appeal, and when you pair it with a soft pastel-colored fabric, you get a look that feels both nostalgic and romantic. The delicate nature of lace brings an air of sophistication to the kitchen, elevating it from a functional space to a more personalized aesthetic one. If you're looking for a simple yet elegant way to introduce a Grandmillennial touch into your kitchen, consider lace curtains with a soft, flowing drape. They evoke the warmth of family gatherings and create a space that's inviting for both daily meals and special occasions. For a slightly more playful approach, you might want to experiment with gingham curtains. Gingham is a quintessentially cottage-inspired fabric that immediately evokes a sense of country living, making it an ideal choice for a grandmillennial kitchen. Whether in soft blue, classic red, or even pastel tones, gingham patterns add a cozy, homey feel that's perfect for the kitchen. The key here is to keep the pattern subtle and avoid overly bold colors that might clash with the rest of your decor. Instead, opt for a muted gingham in soft shades that can blend effortlessly with the rest of your vintage-inspired kitchen. When thinking about the style of the curtains, it's also important to consider the type of window treatment that suits the space best. Cafe curtains are a fantastic choice for a kitchen, especially in a grandmillennial setting. These shorter curtains typically cover just the lower half of the window, allowing for maximum natural light while still offering privacy. Cafe curtains in delicate floral or gingham fabrics are perfect for creating a vintage-inspired look without darkening the room. Plus, they're practical for kitchens, where sunlight is often desired to make the space feel open and airy. This type of curtain allows you to frame the view outside, while maintaining a sense of intimacy and charm within the space. To add an extra layer of coziness, think about incorporating some practical touches, like tiebacks made from vintage ribbon or soft velvet. A tieback is a simple but effective way to keep your curtains neatly in place, while adding another touch of texture and interest to the room. Consider using fabrics like velvet or even antique lace to create a tieback that reflects the cozy, vintage-inspired theme. The beauty of grandmillennial style is in its ability to layer textures and fabrics, so a velvet tieback might complement soft linen curtains beautifully, adding a sense of elegance and warmth to the kitchen. As you arrange your kitchen, consider the color palette that best represents the vintage cottage feel. Soft, muted tones like sage green, dusty rose, and buttery yellow work wonderfully in a grandmillennial-inspired space. These colors, reminiscent of a more serene, slower pace of life, can infuse the room with a sense of peace and tranquility. When selecting curtains, Look for colors that complement the natural wood tones of your furniture and cabinetry, as well as the warm hues of your kitchen's flooring. A cohesive color scheme ensures that your space feels curated and thoughtful, evoking the feeling of a space that's both vintage and modern. The beauty of Grandmillennial design is that it doesn't have to be perfect or overly matchy-matchy. The goal is to create a space that feels lived in and comfortable. It's about curating a home that feels like it has a story, one that reflects the generations that have come before. Your kitchen is the heart of your home, so don't shy away from using vintage-inspired curtains to make it feel as welcoming and nostalgic as possible. Whether it's a set of floral drapes, a gingham print, or lace-trimmed curtains, each choice can bring a bit of charm and elegance to your home. In conclusion, Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtains are an ideal way to bring warmth, nostalgia, and timeless beauty into your home. The key to achieving this look is choosing fabrics that evoke the vintage charm of a bygone era, while incorporating elements of modern simplicity and comfort. From floral prints to delicate lace and gingham patterns, the possibilities are endless when it comes to creating a cozy, vintage-inspired space. Remember, it's all about finding the right balance, whether that's in color, pattern, or texture. These curtains are more than just functional. They're a statement of style that reflects your personality and your appreciation for timeless design. As you experiment with different fabrics and textures, you'll find that the perfect set of curtains can transform your kitchen into a space that feels both intimate and inviting. Ultimately, Grandmillennial Cottage kitchen curtains are about creating a space where you feel at ease and at home. It's about curating a sense of comfort that's both nostalgic and fresh, using vintage-inspired elements that tell a story, whether you prefer delicate florals or soft gingham. The beauty of these curtains lies in their ability to transform a room with their warmth, charm, and timeless elegance. So embrace this delightful design trend and let your kitchen become a cozy haven, a place where both the past and present can coexist in perfect harmony.